Welcome back, YouTube. So I just released a short covering some of the content that I'm going to go over in this video, but I really wanted to make a long form just because of the magnitude I believe that this case is going to have on the crypto industry. But I want to start by saying, so Sam Bankman-Fried, but he's pretty much been released on $250 million bail. And my only question is, where did that money come from? Like, where did you get $250 million? Like, at this point, are you using like consumer funds now to get out of jail? This is the really just the most interesting. This is going to really just send shockwaves throughout the entire industry, because if they reveal some unknown information from what we think happened in the in the case, it's really going to be alarming that they're even allowing this $250 million bail. Well, A, it's alarming, and then B, I wonder if they're trying to vet as far as where it comes from. Because if you have someone that's going to trial for fraud and stealing money, and then you say, "Hey, let's hit him with the largest bail in history," and and he posted, you don't ask where the money come from. But that's just my thoughts. Let's just take a look here at the notations. So it says FTX founder Sam Bankman will be released on $250 million bail. Federal judge rule while he awaits a trial for 8 federal criminal charges related to alleged fraud at his collapse crypto empire. He was extradited from the Bahamas to Westchester County in New York on Wednesday night after days of chaotic court hearings. 2 of his top executives, Carolyn and Gary, pleaded guilty Wednesday to various criminal charges related to fraud at FTX and are cooperating with the federal government. And if you don't know what that is about, they're more than the Fed. Well, let me say this: the Fed has about a 98% conviction rate. When you go in there, they're going to threaten you with so many years. It's not even worth going to trial over. So typically, you'll take a plea deal and cooperate so that you can get a much, much, much lesser sentence. I made a post today on Twitter, and I was saying that even these 100-year penalties that they're going after, that's like a splendid version for the life sentence. So most people, they're not going to try and play around with that if they can avoid that situation, so they'll cooperate. So more than likely, his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend, as of now, is probably going to be testifying against him in this hearing. So we're going to have to kind of see how that unfolds, but they will be cooperating with the federal government. So the biggest thing is, so they're going to keep him. He's going to be living with his parents in California. He's going to have strict laws where he can only travel to the northern part of California and the southern and eastern districts of New York. Both his parents are Stanford law professors, so we definitely know he'll be getting some great counsel. But let's see. The biggest thing is, I found it very, I'm not going to say funny, but it was very interesting that they said he can't open any new lines of credit for more than $1,000 while awaiting trial over what the federal regulators have called a brazen fraud. Now, why would you need to open a new credit line of $1,000 if apparently you have access to $250 million? I digress. Here is, he says he's previously claimed that he was down to a mere 100,000, a steep fall from grace for a man who once was at the head of a $32 billion empire. Now, I'm going to confirm this, but even so, if he comes up with this 250 billion, or whether or not he already has, that is a very large concern for me personally, for you to say that you're broke, you don't have access. And then they were saying that he said that he believed the FTX was fully solvent, and that if his bankruptcy attorneys will let him, they could clear most of the accounts right now. And then he said that they have $100,000. And now, he only had $100,000, and now magically you can have a $250 million to get out. So we're gonna have to kind of see. I want to confirm that to see if he's already been released. But from the way this was worded, it seems like that's what is happening. That he's posting bail. So that is very shocking here, and we have to. I don't say we have to, but I believe it's a pretty safe assumption to say that that's consumer money he's still spending, or at least has access to, or some mystery account or something like that, or maybe even in crypto. Who knows? Maybe he sold some Bitcoin or Ethereum or something to come up with the money. Who knows, right? But going forward, this is touching on what I posted in the short earlier. the biggest thing is I know that this is going to be used as like an example for the crypto industry. And I also believe that a lot of the businesses and people who are looking forward to like the future and saying, hey, we're going to entertain accepting crypto, a lot is going to ride on this. And I think this is going to be also a catalyst for regulation to be ushered in. And I do believe we need some form of regulation. I'm not saying we don't need regulation. I believe, depending on what it is, it can be very useful because we do have a lot of rip-off tokens, scam tokens, rug pulls, all that kind of stuff happening. So I do believe that we can certainly benefit from regulation, but just not overbearing or controlling, which typically regulation usually leans one direction or the other. I don't think I have an example of a neutral or regulation that's simply there to protect. So, and we also know that based off of the Fed's own words, last year I released a few videos about their Fed coin or crypto dollar and stuff like that. I believe this is kind of like rolling out the red carpet for that transition. And when we see things like this negative news and these types of scandals going on, that doesn't help, internationally here with businesses, integration, utility, that does not help because you have a lot of this pumps fear into businesses, especially major institutions, to accept crypto when you have these types of schemes going on. So this is going to roll out the red carpet, in my opinion, for the federal government to release their crypto dollar and say, hey, look, we know you guys are interested in doing crypto. This thing is fully backed by the United States government, and you don't have to worry about rug pulls and all that kind of stuff like that. And the United States government is insured by the United States military. So you don't have to worry about any of that other stuff here. So screw all those other coins. Come put all your money, do all your changes. Everybody trade. If you want to trade in and out of crypto, let it be the Fed dollar or crypto dollar, whatever they call it, right? And I think that's kind of where this is headed. This is kind of going to be the catalyst going forward for it, and to show the consequences here, quote unquote, of what happens if you misuse money or if there's some type of scam and stuff, because they move really, really quickly on this crypto scam and crypto hoax here that's been going on with FTX. But we've seen things like in the stock market with shorts and certain companies, AMC being the #1 purchased retail stock in the world on the stock market, and the stock going down and quadrupling the value of the asset, and the stock going down, over 1 million shares of FTDs on the sheets and stuff like that, and the stock goes down. But of course, there's nothing to see there. There's no funny business going on. But let's focus here on this crypto. So we see things like that. They're focusing on what they want to focus on, because I do believe there's an agenda to push everything going forward. So I just kind of keep that in mind, and we'll certainly be following this case because this is going to, I believe, be a very important part with shaping the future of crypto. This is going to be one of those dominoes that kind of determine the trajectory going forward. So let me know what you think about what's going on. And certainly if he has, or if he does post this $250 million bail, tell me specifically, where do you think that money came from? Does he have a secret account? Or does he, well, even if he did, I'm more than likely, I still believe it's still consumer money, but why would they even entertain him giving him a bail for that magnitude if you're accused of stealing money and most of your money is stolen? Or maybe they believe he has $250 million that he earned. Honestly, I guess, I don't know. But either way, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, check out Moomoo as well. They're giving away 15 free stocks. I have a link in the description section, and I will see you in the next video.